Golly, this is a record. This is a record of 5 videos. First time in our history to have 5 videos, guys. Sorry, but sorry,
The
a record of 5 videos, people. I'm so sorry. By the way, I don't say people. I told them don't say the word people because sometimes it will be taken as a racist. You people do this. You say folks. Have you noticed? I use the word folks. Use the word folks. Okay, that's another learning you have to learn. I think Leslie had heard that before. Right, Leslie? Yeah. And I would say
So,
people, and I'm sure you'll notice that I'm like, okay, I have to correct myself. I have to say folks, you know. Yeah, folks. Anyway, I was in the middle of my story, and some people may not come back in. I understand because we talked too much today. But anyway, so I had to finish my story. So I begged them, said, hey, I need a limo for these teachers, free limo from the airport to the hotel, right? They agreed. And that is like yeah, $200 expense that they just give it for me for free. And so I got the name and all that. And so they did. They met us in the airport, this long stretch black limo. And this driver looked at us like, are they stars or something? So I talked. Normally you can close that window where you don't have to speak with the driver. And I opened it because this driver really had this like surprised look, like he was gonna ask you something. And I'm like, so you want to know if we're stars, right? And so I said, we're teachers and we really deserve a break. And he was so nice, talking to us. And I always believe that making connection, it doesn't matter where they are in life, drivers to cooks to janitors, whatever. I always believe in making connections with people. And that's what my son just said, Mom, how do you do that? I wish I had that gift that you always talk to people and they always act like they know you or you know them for years. And I'm like, that's just, I cannot sing, I cannot dance, but I can talk. And that's my gift, I felt like, because I think it's so important to have that connections. Some like in town, here in Salem, there's only 2,500 people. So most folks know me because of me being a teacher or me being the cable lady or me we had a laundromat and car wash at one time. So we have all these businesses that we've had and they know us from there. And so anyway, so if I want like an information about people, all I have to do is like go to City Hall or go to, like yesterday, I went to City Hall and learn a lot of stuff that I didn't know about town and about someone that I wanted to know information about, and go to the other offices and talk to them. And these are all the people that I knew from church or from school or whatever. And so, I realized that connection is so important. Okay. So be nice to everybody. To me, when I was in school, I was very good friends with with most of the janitors. Some of them are not very friendly, but anyway, so the janitors, the cooks, oh my God, the cooks love me because I was always like nice to them, and Christmas, I give them presents and all this. So, like as little as a pair of socks, that's little printed socks, that's pretty, so wild socks or whatever for winter, I would give them, something simple, or lotion from the Victoria's Secret, they're on sale. I buy a bunch of them and I would wrap it in like a plastic bag and I would put chocolates in it and wrap it in a, they provide those things at Bath and Body Works, and you give it to them. I give the cooks and the janitors wherever I worked. And so they really, they don't get very many, but they get it from me. And so then after that, they would they knew that I like a chocolate gravy. So every Friday they have chocolate gravy. So they would ask one of the students to take it to my office, like, give this to Miss McCullough because she likes chocolate gravy. And I will just pay it later. But anyway, so yeah, you have to have that good relationship because that always pays, not to have enemies. And there's always a teacher in every school. There's always that teacher that's so unhappy, like teachers that should have retired a long time ago, but they keep staying. But they're so honorary and they're so like they're outing all the time and they're not friendly. Nobody likes them. Those are the people that I actually get close to. Those two people that I took to Vegas, they're the two grouchiest teachers. And they got close to me because I was supporting them in their national board journey. I was their mentor and they became so close to me. And the other teachers were like, Merlina, I cannot believe those two warmed up to you, because they are like for years working here and they never had close friends. They're not even close friends with each other. And then here you are, solid friends with them. They're still my friends. And so anyway, but you can win them over. You just cannot be kissing behind or anything, but it's just like being authentic self. I'm just being myself. I'm not going to go and be fake about it. I am really genuinely wanting to be friends with you, and wanting to have a good relationship with my colleagues. And that's always in my mind. And when I was principal, I had a very good relationship with my teachers. When they would go like in the lounge, they always say, avoid hanging out in the lounge, because a lot of negative things are being said in the lounge, especially about students. And when you happen to be in the lounge and they would say things like that, try to just avoid that. You do not want to join in and be talking bad about students or about other teachers. Do not say that. Do not do that. One of the principals in another district in the 90s got in trouble because he was actually recording the teachers, and he was listening to it in his office, and he got caught. And he got in trouble and lost his job. But at the same time, the teachers were wondering, how in the world would this principal know everything that was going on? Because he was, not that I'm saying that it will ever happen, but that this person did, this male principal did. And I knew this inside info because of my ex-daughter-in-law, my husband's son's, ex-wife, worked there at that time, and she was giving me details about what happened. They were always wondering, like later on they were making up stories and seeing if he would like misinformation, and they would say it in the lounge, and then he would get this and he would act like it was a fact, because they were trying to trap him. And that's how they trapped him, was because he knew about the misinformation, and they only said it in the lounge because they were trying to kind of find out if he really does have something there. And then they did find out the recording thing. So anyway, even if they don't have a recording, just pretend in your mind like, okay, this could be recorded. Not that it will happen because it's supposed to be not good, but somebody could talk about that. So do not. But so when I was a principal, I would come in the lounge because I want coffee. Later on, I had my own Keurig, but at that time I didn't have my own Keurig. So I would go to the lounge and get my coffee, right? And I would, sometimes I could go by the store and I'd give them donuts or whatever. So we would talk, and when some administrators come, they would stop talking. When I came, I just join in. I just like, whatever, I joke with them and so on. They do not stop talking when I come. And when they go out, like some teacher would say, hey, let's go out to the movies. There's a good movie. Let's go out. They invite me. And they do not invite the other administrators. So I have formed a relationship. But the tricky part of that was my assistant superintendent boss, the boss that's over us, do not befriend the teachers. You are supposed to just befriend other administrators because you do not want to have that line. To me, I'm like, why do you have to have that line? It's not like we cross on the other side, like the dark side. I felt like we're all teachers still. We are still educators. And so I had to like tell them, do not post it on Facebook. Whatever you do, I'll take the picture for you, but I'm not going to be in the picture because I do not want to get in trouble. But I became so close to my teacher when during like teachers party where they went to the restaurant. I was invited at every building. So when I was a district administrator, I was invited by them because I try to form a relationship with them. And so forming that relationship wherever you are, whatever position you have, is so important. Okay, so just be yourself, be good. And I think that's why you're hired, because you have this positive, vibe, in that they think that you're going to be a good fit for their school. That's how I have sat in so many interview committees, and I knew that's what we're looking for. We need to look at somebody and kind of picture them in one of our classrooms. Would that be a good fit? Will they be kind to our students? Will they be caring to our students? Will they have a good relationship with the parents and also with their colleagues? Will they follow rules? So while you're being interviewed, we're actually reading your faces. That's what I do. Right now, I'm looking at you, I'm reading your faces. They said 70% of communication, or 67 to 70%, are actually nonverbal. So things that we are actually not saying, but we're reading in our faces. And they said that if you are raised in poverty, which most of us in the Philippines are, there's not very many rich people here that are in Philippines that came from the Philippines. So we can read faces. And I tell my students that I'm like, I'm reading your face. And I tell them that on day one, I can actually tell when you're with me because your body language is showing me. If you're doing this and you're bored to death, then I know you're not with me. But if you are leaning forward and you're really interested in what I'm like, I can see it in your face. I can read it. So let's show that. Let's practice that. And I would just show them, I would show them an example and a bad example, a good example. And so anyway, so my laptop is about to die. So let me see, hang on, let me plug it in. So okay, I thought I was plugged in the whole time, but anyway, it's not. So so that's it. And we have, before we run out, I want I want us to want us to wish the best to those that are having the interviews, especially for the embassy interview. I think all 6 of you will still be going, and plus the other, Leslie and Marissa, and who else was going here? Eva, of course, you're part of the 7. Layla, did you say Layla? Did you say you have a Layla with an LA? Do you have already a place here? Did you get hired?
No, ma. No, ma'am.
Okay, there was another Layla, that was, or another person that was hired by
that was Leslie, ma'am. Leslie.
It was the other
Leslie with L-E-Y.
That's it. I thought it was a 2 Laylas or 2 Leslie. I know it was L. So anyway, okay, yeah, they are. But anyway, I do like your background, girl. Remember, Layla? Remember the first time you came in? I'm like, hey, you need to fix your background. It was so busy.
My daughter fixed my background because I told her,
yeah,
please help me with my Zoom background because I'm so ashamed of my background a while ago. That was a pink flower. So she said, okay.
Yeah, I was telling them before that I always have a virtual background, but this is my no background. I'm actually sitting right here in our in my living room in the guest house. But anyway, my husband is in the main house. So I'm like, I won't bother you, because normally if I'm in the main house there next door, he has to turn off, he has to mute the TV so I can talk. And so I said, well, I'm gonna leave you alone, because he was watching the news. So I said, I'm gonna go next door, don't worry about it. And so anyway, so yeah, this is where my real thing is. But anyway, yeah, I told them that some of the backgrounds were so busy, and then also their clothes were so busy, along with a really background. Like, it's almost like I don't want to see it because it's so busy. So you want to have most of you, I'm noticing, I always notice that first, have a very good background. I really like Jessica Katid's. It's always like that really pretty green. I always tell her that, oh, I love your background. Anyway, yeah, all of you. And I like the books too. Who had a book background? Was it Edwin or Edison? It was one of the E. Yeah, so anyway, okay, so thank you again for attending, and I do wish you the best, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you in person. And some of you who are not yet coming, let's work on you. Let's work. I'm gonna go, when I finish with this, when I'm watching the videos, I'm gonna take down the names who are attending, and I'm gonna try to send some special email to people with just your information in. I'm gonna send it to people I know, so that let's get you moving, especially my regulars. And there's some people here that are coming every week. I need to meet you in person. So anyway, okay. All right, so till next week, if you want to attend, anybody you are not expected to attend. Usually I expect people to attend at least one time, but you will get the recording anyway. So but it would be nice to have an audience, because then you can kind of help guide the topic, right? Okay. All right.
We have already hit the
so
5 video mark.
New record.
Yeah.
The record. Thank you so much,
Merlina.
Doc. We enjoyed. Yeah.
Okay, bye-bye.
So nice Zoom. Thank you so much, Doc. Thank you for all the
No
help.
problem. Now you know how I look like. Now I know what you look like.
Looking forward to meet you in person, Doc.
Yeah, we have to go out. I have to speak to you.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Okay, bye.
Thank you, Doc. Have a good day. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, bye.